What's good, car family? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing today? I hope well. Thank goodness it is Friday. So gonna do a little bit of a different video today. First I want to talk about sort of a different direction I want to go with my channel. I still want to show cards and open cards whenever you can get cards to open. You know, and do the counters and show Dallas Cowboys cards and that sort of thing. But I've been for a while now wanting my channel to be more informational. I've always been history buff and, you know, obsessed with statistics and relationships and experiences and things like that. And that's the kind of stuff that I've always wanted to share. And I want to do it with the Cowboys. So I want to do like player profiles, you know, talk about games, seasons, all that kind of stuff. And I want to do it in a creative way. I will say that I've tried to do this in the past, and, you know, with me, and I get out of things what I put into them. And, you know, for those few that I tried, I don't think I put a lot into it. I didn't get very creative with them. So they weren't really necessarily what I wanted. And they just, you know, I wasn't getting interest either because, you know, I don't think a lot of my audience really cares. You know, if I'm not showing cards, I don't think, or talking about something controversial, I don't think people really care all that much. But, you know, I'm sharing this for my usual audience to say, I get it. It's not what you're into. You know, if people want to comment and go back and forth with it, that's great. That'll be awesome. But I do get, like, the majority of people that are subbed to me are not Cowboys fans. So I am looking for a little bit of a different audience. You know, I sub to a lot of channels that do that sort of thing. And I get into a lot of back and forth conversations with, you know, the people that subscribe, the people that made the videos, and I enjoy that. And I kind of wanted to do that from the creators' end. I also want to talk about the current Cowboys, situations with the current Cowboys, players, games, seasons, all that kind of stuff. And I think the first video I'm going to do with that is, you know, I want to talk about the Dak Prescott contract situation. Because I think there's a lot of nuances to that. And a lot of people don't know, especially non-Cowboy fans. But so, yeah, that's the direction I want to go. And I just want to throw it out there because I know people have gotten used to a certain thing. And I don't want to start going down this new path. People are like, well, why are we supposed to watch this? Well, you know, don't. You know, I don't mean that in a negative way. But, you know, don't feel like you have to watch. Just something new that I'm trying. And, you know, I enjoy it. That's why I do this, you know, is because I enjoy it, not for the subs. I do enjoy the interaction. That's probably the biggest reason for doing this is interaction with other people. But, you know, just trying something different. Second thing I want to address, and this is probably a little bit of a rant. I watched Jimmy Gunn's video on the way home today, chatted with him a little bit through text, and I don't want to say Jimmy inspired me, but Jimmy wears this right here, you know, and I feel inclined to speak on something. And I guess it's really that whole keeping it real thing. You know, when I first started my channel, I was like trying to think of how I wanted it to be. And I was like, well, you got to have an outro, right? So I was like, what can my outro be? And I'm like, well, you know, I wanted my channel to be about cards, of course, but, you know, I want to keep it, I'm very blunt. I'm very, I don't mind putting my thoughts out there. And so that's what I wanted it to be. You know, I wanted like my channel to be, I wanted to keep it real. So I decided, I'm like, that's what I'm going to say at the end of every video. Keep it real. I'm out. You know, so that's what I say. Maybe there's some videos where I didn't, but, you know, I try to throw that in there, and I do try to keep it real. I'm not perfect. You know, I do make mistakes. I'm a human being. My wife will tell you that I make mistakes and that I'm not perfect, although I'm really, really close to being perfect in her eyes. So I'm told. So yeah, you know, I've always tried to do that. Where I've gotten myself in trouble in the past is, you know, I don't shy away from saying what I think or what I believe. And, you know, kind of what I wanted to share is, without getting into too much detail, you know, because I've got myself into some situations before, and I'm not going to say any names, because I think if you start saying names, then, you know, it creates this big inter-community galactic drama. And I don't want to do that. I really don't. And that's probably why I haven't said anything to this point, you know, is that I didn't want to create a whole lot of drama. Although one time I probably did say a little too much. And what I'll say about this time, and you know who you are, you know who you are. But what I'll say about this specific time is, I did probably say a little too much, but when someone starts publicly, you know, bashing or slandering someone that I'm close to, you know, publicly or privately, you know, I'm going to say something. You know, I'm going to stand up for this other person. And that was sort of the circumstance. You know, is that keeping it real? I don't know. But, you know, I don't think this place has to be that, you know. And I will say that, and I've said this before, you know, when it was just YouTube, it was like we were all just kind of like these YouTube celebrities, and we watched each other's channels, and you didn't get like that inside scoop on everyone. And so then social media comes along. YouTube is social media, but all these different outlets, to where you got these insights into people's lives. You started understanding, oh, I disagree with this person on that, or I don't believe that, or look at that. And, you know, and not only that, but all these back channels developed where you've got all these clicks. And I think in a way it's hurt our community. It's definitely a huge positive too. It gives us the ability to do so much more, but it hurts our community in some ways with the clicks it creates, the negativity that it creates, the slander, the back talking behind people's backs, you know, all that kind of stuff. And hey, I've said this before. I'm in cliques. I'm in back chats. You know, I'm guilty of it too. So I'm not walking on water here. But, you know, the thing where I've gotten into trouble, and what always gets me into trouble, is when someone presents something and they present it as if that it is, you know, and what I mean by that is they present it in a way that, you know, well, this is what everybody believes. This is what everyone thinks. Everyone told me this. Everyone, you know, and then I'm present. I'm present. And I have an issue being present and allowing someone to speak for everyone else when no one else wants to say anything. And on those occasions, I will speak up. I'm going to say what I believe. I'm going to say what I think is right. What I believe is right. I'm going to keep it real. Now, does that mean I'm right? No. But it means I'm going to say what's on my heart, what I believe, and definitely what I believe is right. We all have our own beliefs about what right and wrong is, you know. So, you know, you can believe what you believe. I believe what I believe, but I'm damn sure going to say it. And what happens from there is up to you. You know, I've had this conversation with many people. We disagree, and guess what? We're adults, and we're able to disagree and be besties. You know, I have several friends on here in real life. we're way, way far apart on certain things. And understand, this is not about cards. This is always an aside, you know, and when you put that out there, you know, publicly as the gospel, you know, you're normally, if there's anybody that's going to dissent, it's me. And maybe it's a character flaw. Maybe I wish sometimes that I could stay out of it. You know, you hear people all the time, I avoid that shit. I avoid drama. I wish I could do that. But, you know, I feel obligated when I'm in a space and, you know, I feel like I should speak up and say what I think is right. You know, I feel a pull, and that's what I do, you know, and I'll just leave it at that. That's all I want to say, you know, is, you know, don't expect me not to say something. And, you know, again, I can say a lot of things. I can say the Dallas Cowboys are the greatest team on the planet. But that doesn't make it so. And I can say a lot of people agree with me, and a lot of people think that that is so. But it still doesn't make it so. And there's always going to be somebody that disagrees, you know. And in a sense, you know, if we can't disagree and, you know, have a conversation and allow someone to present a different opinion, if someone disagrees and we, in a sense, just take our ball and go home, or, you know, shut them down, or speak to them as if, you know, them voicing their disagreement is makes them wrong, you know, like, yeah, it's that's wrong. It is. So I think we're all adults. We're all, for the most part, grown men, and some women and some young men here that watch us, you know, that watch us and that watch how we act and that watch what we say. And, you know, not going to sit here and say everything that I do on YouTube is for young people, or I try to mold minds or whatever. But as a human being, you know, I think we all have the responsibility to hear one another. So, you know, that's where I'll leave it. Again, you know, this has happened more than once, and more than one person. And some of you, it's happened. We've had our moment, and I love you. I love you like a brother. I do. And, you know, it happened, and we settled. You know, we realized we have differences, or maybe I came to a different place, or they did, or whatever. But, you know, and I'm not saying that all this has to be about drama, but I'm not gonna just sit back. You know, so that's all I got. I don't care about subs. You know, it is nice being able to go live from a phone, but I really don't care. You know, the friends that I have on here that I interact with are going to stay no matter what I think or what I believe or what I say, unless I was to just obviously say something that was, you know, terrible, horrible. But yeah, you know, so no one commands, you know, sentiment of all. We all believe different things. Y'all keep it real. I'm out.